Suite de notre aventure, nous sommes arrivés la fois précédente à Golden Ridge, une toute nouvelle planète. Alors, on sait qu'on doit, dans le cadre de l'histoire principale, aller voir l'abbé Newell. Mais on va profiter du fait que la mission, une petite quête annexe, Médecin avec frontière, nous a permis de nous balader un peu partout sur la carte pour faire quelques quêtes secondaires, parce qu'on l'a vu dans la mission, est-ce que j'ai réussi à la... Médecin aux frontières, on avait besoin de recruter des gens. Alors ça s'est plutôt bien passé pour 2 des 3, et le 3e nous demandait un niveau de persuasion de charisme, je sais plus trop quoi, dans les compétences, toc toc toc, voilà. Je crois que c'est persuasion, un niveau très élevé, donc bon, bah, on va essayer de monter un petit peu en niveau avant de faire une quête principale qui très certainement nous demandera aussi d'avoir des niveaux élevés. Au moins, on n'aura pas de regrets. Donc là, on se situe tout au nord de la carte. On avait quelqu'un à recruter ici et ça s'appelle Port Endurance.
Hey, stranger! You're one of those... I can't remember what, but I need help and here you folks will do good deeds for free.
On commence déjà à libérer des gens dans les... L'impression de peut-être pas avoir que des amis.
Yes? Who are you? And why are you attempting to steal my utterly invaluable attention?
Pas le melon, elle.
This is a fort. Those are soldiers. They are mantisaurs. And I am far too busy to play tour guide. Now, if you'll please excuse me.
Ok.
Yes, I hope you're not here to apply for employment. I'm already overwhelmed by the sheer volume of peons I'm forced to oversee. And if you're here as a spy, know that the temporary ceasefire is on tenuous footing. So if you stay, it's likely just a matter of time before I'll be stringing you up. Save me from him. Oh, no. Not only is he not a threat, he's actually our senior officer. Allow me to introduce Strategic Ingestment Executive Wojciech, Senior Most Representative at Fort Endurance.
Ah putain.
Now you're starting to sound like some of the wagabouts I've got under my command. Why would I be anything but serious? Executive Wojciech has been part of this unit since he was just a pupa. As he grew, he's shown exceptional bravery, stoic stalwartness, and strong leadership. It's earned him promotion after promotion, until our last battle against the Order deprived us of our former chief executive and left him as the senior-most trooper. The executive welcomes you, but would like to know what your business is in our base. My experimental mantisaur graft lets me speak with him as easily as I do with you. He emits pheromones that my antenna can detect. He wouldn't be much of a commander if he couldn't communicate with the troops.
Hey, Commander. It's my professional opinion that we should back away slowly. This guy's craft is either messing with his gray matter, or he's messing with us.
That is exactly what he's doing.
Designer Bradford, you've been warned about disrespecting the chain of command.
And you've been reminded, repeatedly, that I'm not under your chain of command. I'm technically under the Mantisaur, but that's got nothing to do with you. I just wanted to make it clear to our newcomer that you are full of shit. You've always been full of shit, and you will always be full of shit. So you're best ignored entirely.
That is quite enough, designer.
Ah oui, vous racontez des conneries.
Yes, well, please excuse our curmudgeonly biologist. She's been a pill ever since the promotion that made Wojciech outrank her. Still, that ugly moment behind us, it's a comfort to my mind that you're here. Executive Wojciech has an assignment we're desperate to have done, but it can only go to someone outside our chain of command.
Ugh, not this crabble scat again. There is zero chance you're right. Zero. And this brilliant assignment of yours didn't go so well for the last group.
Wojciech can sense that there are some kind of mutated mantisaurs over yonder, and he wants us to secure one of their pupas to raise as his own.
Oh, stop it. The creature doesn't want a pupa. He doesn't want to breed a superior race of mantisaurs. He wants to eat meat, excrete the excess, and be left alone. That's it. Even if he could ask for a pupa from a rival nest, he'd probably just eat the law-be-damned thing to cut down on competition. He's a bug, nothing more.
That is enough. One more word in question of our executive officer, and I'll have you pitched over the edge with the rest of the enemies we've conquered here.
Yes, sir.
Un peu calmé là.
We need you to infiltrate the mutated mantisaur nest, secure a mutated pupa, and bring it to me here. Do that, and I, and Executive Wojciech, shall make sure you are well rewarded for your efforts. Look in the nest to the east. That'll have your best odds. It's where Wojciech feels the pull from the strongest.
Feels a pull, Wentworth? Seriously? What am I saying? That makes the exact amount of scientific sense I'd expect from you. Excuse me? May we speak a second? Apologies for my outburst, but I had need to warn you that an earful from Wentworth is akin to sucking on an inhaler full of ammonia.
Hey, what are you two talking about?
Nothing of your concern, Wentworth! Just ignore him. He was clever enough to pretend that graft lets him talk with the beast. So overnight, he upstarted from simple trooper to de facto commander of this installation.
You know it's impolite to whisper, right?
But I've studied him extensively, and it is most assuredly nothing but a play for power. I am. I've watched for patterns of behavior that would demonstrate higher communication, and they don't exist. So, catering to his will isn't going to do anyone any good. Conversely, the scientific value of studying the mutated pupa he wants is exponentially greater than any possible use he could have for it. Bring it to me, and not only will I match any reward he offers, but you'll have the satisfaction of knowing that it will serve a much greater purpose.
On peut essayer de lui faire confiance.
I understand. But remember, the scientific value is immense.
Je préfère pas prendre de décision tout de suite. Liste de pupe.
Not giving into delusion. But on we press anyhow.
Alors notre objectif, trouver le nid de mantisaure le plus proche et voler une pupe imprégnée de Zyranium. Et alors sur la carte, ils nous ont spoté quelque chose. Alors, allons voir un petit peu ce coin-là.
Looking a little woozy there, Commander.
Lay low, Commander. Medic's ordered. Anyone else? Here, a medic?
Et on s'est coqué cet endroit.
Emergency
Bon, le positif c'est que ça va vers de l'XP, mais... Oula.
The commander's vital response has reached your Valerie unit. Requires service.
Help me end this.
Fight on my feet.
Bon, ce qui serait bien c'est que ça s'arrête 2 secondes, qu'on puisse se poser.
Not exactly up for that right now.
C'est ce que je craignais, hein, qu'à un moment donné on allait finir par crever, par...
Emergency protocols ready.
Allez où l'autre qui a de nouveau crevé.
Back in.
C'est bon, ça s'arrête. On va regarder la carte pour voir où est-ce qu'il nous manque. Ah là je vois pas où il est là. Tout dessus hein, mais... Ouais, bon. On continue, on n'est pas très loin, on est à une centaine de mètres. Tanière, ah.
Liquidate 'em.
Tadam. Il veut rien me donner. Quand tout arrive de face c'est plus facile, c'est quand ça tape d'un peu de tous les côtés ou là. Plus à la merci de nos adversaires. Ça va avoir assez de balles.
Out of sight and on the way. Someone call for a medic. Happy to help. Discreetly.
On va être full. Alors j'étais parti sur persuasion, mais en fait c'est piratage qu'il faut que je sois à niveau 8. Il nous faut reglaner un niveau maintenant. Il y a du monde. Je comprenais pas pourquoi j'arrivais pas à reculer, mais là c'est bien. C'est un enfoiré qui m'a... Ok, le dos. Ah bah ils ont l'air de se débrouiller, mes petits collègues. À ce rythme, je vais éviter ta cour de balle. Hein. Le pauvre. Il y a un petit peu de monde là. Hein. Il y a un petit peu de monde.
Back in business. To the rescue, sight unseen. Let's get you healed, out of sight and on the way.
Ces bruits. Alors c'est un peu chiant que tout se ressemble parce que bon là je pense être reparti de là où je suis venu, mais repérer c'est extrêmement compliqué. Mentiseur exposé au Zyranium. Donc c'est très précisément ici. Oh bordel.
get it charged.
Ils vont un peu envoyer du monde là. Hein. On va pouvoir retourner les voir. Bon, par contre, on peut pas se TP. Obligé de ressortir. J'espère qu'il n'y a pas d'autres. En kickineur. Il y a deux grands kickineurs. Ouais. Encore une fois, je préfère les avoir tous dans un sens que ça attaque dans le dos. Bon, on va continuer. On va retourner chez nous. Alors à qui on va le donner?
Hello again. Have you brought me the pupa?
Ce qui me gêne, c'est la manière dont elle a été très désagréable au début.
Oh, thank law. Here's the reward I promised. I am downright giddy to get it into my lab so I can start my experiments.
Let's hope this doesn't come back to bite us. Or grow up to bite us, rather.
Mantisaurs, eyes up, troops! A mess of the bastards are coming from the east.
Did they follow those folks back from that nest?
On a attaqué.
There is a 78.9% chance that a change in leadership has occurred. There is a 96% chance this unit requires desanitation due to contact with raw mantisaur flesh.
Eh ben, il y a du monde. Il nous a bien aidé, lui, hein. Grosse patte. Bon, bah voilà qui termine prise de pupe. Alors, on va peut-être pouvoir faire quelque chose de rigolo. Il y avait quelqu'un. Tibella Bardo.
Hey! Hey, stranger! Please, you gotta help me. They're gonna railroad me into a guilty verdict. Then I'll be declogging sewer sediment tanks until I'm dead enough to mulch. They're saying I murdered an officer, but they don't care what I've got to say about it. They just want me locked in here until they pen me in the sewers. I got a bunch to say. First, I say I'm no murderer. Second, I say there was no reason to do it. Third, I'd say that I actually like Chief Cuddy. I mean him no harm. He'd get you extra shifts if you asked, and only ding your pay if you really screwed up. And sometimes, if you really had to go, he'd even cover your bog breaks, pro bono. I'd never have hurt the chief, even if you offered to pay me to do it. I don't think nobody killed Cuddy. I was there. That's why they think I did it. And he was fine. Well, he was fine up until he wasn't, and then he just swole up and died. But the way he swole up It's something Cuddy always said might happen. Only it don't make no sense that it happened now. We were eating chow at our post. Cuddy asked me to try his because it tasted funny, but I tried it and it was fine, just like mine. Then he just swole up, turned blue, and died. I made a ruckus, which called everyone in, and all they saw was him dead and me fine. So Security Officer Abner charged me with murder and threw me in here. It was exactly what Cuddy said would happen if he ate crabble. He was deathly allergic to crabble. But we ate sisty stew, fresh from the can. And ain't no crabble in sisty stew. Yup. Cuddy had told everybody about his allergy, repeatedly, over and over, constantly. Nobody would have served him crabble knowing that. But that's still gotta be how he died. So, I need you to talk to Security Officer Abner, remind him of the allergy, and let him toss all my gear. He won't find crabble anywhere. No, that was days ago, and they tossed out the rest of the stew. So I don't even know if the docs will still be able to tell it was allergies that did in Cuddy. He will. He has to. It's the truth. I didn't murder nobody. Please, make him understand.
Ah, on a vraiment un grand cœur, hein. Alors ça s'appelle l'étrange affaire du chef nécrosé. Un officier s'est fait assassiner au fort endurance. Découvrez si la suspecte arrêtée est coupable ou innocente.
Well, what have we here? You couldn't look less Auntie's choice if you tried. So what are you doing in our fort? You happened to speak with my prisoner? Without my permission? Why by law would you do that? And why shouldn't I lock you up for it?
J'ai toujours essayé, hein.
And pray tell, what did our Trooper Bardot have to say for herself? What? How could that be? I made the stew myself and every one of us ate it. What? That's ridiculous. It was nothing but canned sisty stew. Stew that I Oh. Oh no. Oh, did you say crabble? Well, he told everyone that. But that ain't exactly the same as it actually being true. See, Cuddy was what you'd call a complainer. He complained about the food. He complained about the weather. He complained about his bunk. He complained about everything. He's also somebody's nephew. Some junior executive. And if you gave him reason enough to complain about you, he'd take it up with his uncle, and it'd come back down in your head. Half his gripes were really nothing but reasons to grouse. But if you push back too hard, he'd run to his uncle. So most of us just ignored him, assuming he was constantly full of it. And didn't think twice about doing things like stretching the stew with canned crabble stock. What? No, it was an accident. Nobody would have, at least nobody'd mean to. Law, his uncle is gonna see me transferred to mid-operation engine cleaning on the claim. Unless... Hey, how'd you like to make some bits? Some real bits? And keep a tragic accident that'll lead to the end of a promising career. Total secret. So we got this thing. An acidic dematerializer that we use to melt mantisaur dung. So it don't call in the local wildlife. But it'll actually work on anything. That means if someone used it to melt Cuddy, there would be no body, which would mean no autopsy, which would mean no evidence, which would end the investigation. I'd do it myself, but my boss said she's on her way for a surprise inspection, so I can't leave. But if you go find one and melt the body, I'll make it worth your while.
Alors lui montrer votre dématérialiseur. Alors c'est quoi? C'est une amélioration qu'on avait débloquée, je crois, pour Valérie.
Yes. Yes, that's exactly it. Now just head over to Cuddy's corpse and make it disappear. Well, really, make it turn into a small puddle. But that's neither here nor there. Thank law. You'll find Cuddy inside the tower. But you'll have to sneak your way past the guards. It simply wouldn't do for me to announce your intentions to the base. Then come back and tell me when I've got no more evidence to hold Bardot and can draw this whole thing to a close.
Ouais. D'après Val, il y a un dématérialiseur dans le coffre bloqué de l'incognito retourné à bord. Donc ça, on l'avait fait. C'était juste avant d'arriver sur cette planète. Donc là, on va nous demander de dématérialiser le chef Cuddy.
You, the getting go-getter. I'm offering deals so good, they're worth crawling under the bullets and over the barbed wire it took to get here.
Carte à collectionner. Dégâts 1%. Comme chez moi. Hein. C'est plutôt par là, hein, ce qu'on cherche.
What's that? Got all worked up over nothing.
Oh non mais sans déconner, elle ouvre là. Oh putain. L'équipier de la mort. Le pauvre. Alors. Gadget. Dématérialiseur acide. Alors je crois que c'est A de mémoire. Zoup, 10 pire. Oh là, le pauvre. Faut tourner voir l'officier. Par contre, faut pas se faire gauler. On l'a vu, la sortie. Le mec fait des allers-retours devant. Bien.
I've been told Chief Cuddy's corpse has gone missing. Which is a surprise to both of us, I'm sure. Thank you for your help. You've saved 2 careers today and allowed us to put this whole miserable affair behind us. Of course. Debts left unpaid decays our character and all of anti-society. And this torrid affair has come close enough to doing both already. Regardless, it's nothing but ink in the ledger now. And speaking of ledgers, Bardot is free. And here's the balance for yours. Which means we're done.
Nice. J'avais pas fait gaffe, mais Nana. Assurez-vous que Bardot a bien été libéré.
You did it! You actually did it! I can't believe you could get it done. Thank you, thank you, thank you! I'm so glad to be out of that damn cage. Framing me? Who? Do you know what happened? That good-for-nothing rung leech! That dunderhead! I can't believe he'd... Oh, he's about to learn that poor Chief Cuddy's not the only one with executive contacts in the family. My cousin's a VP in R&D who used to head testing on Numa. Abner's going to spend the rest of his downright miserable life wishing he just confessed and took what's coming. That makes me extra thankful for what you did. If it'd been left in Abner's hands, he'd have made sure they'd thrown me in a hole so deep, even the Sprats wouldn't come visit.
J'ai balancé. Ah, ça fait un petit bonus d'XP, hein.
Arcadia shall ever return to how it was.
On va retourner dans le camp principal.
Since the schism.
What happened to this place?
We're not going anywhere. Not on the basis of some half-baked prediction. This...
Except for the fact that you ain't yelling and trying to eat me. I'd have pegged you as some sort of prosperous scrapper by the rough look you got about you. You do got a certain feral look in your eye, though. Okay. I give up. Tell me. May Huffstutler, formerly Auntie's Choice, Department of Invasive Marketing. Now, the voice of the displaced. That's what those in the Order call me, leastways. An unofficial sobriquet, likely meant as a petulant slight. On account I object. Louder. More often than the rest. Those of us ended up here have very little except needs. I turn those into demands for reasons of clarity and import. Though, admittedly, it's a difficult way to make friends. The Order's not exactly fond of me. Rabble-rousing doesn't align with their vision of a perfect universe. Happy as I am to make your acquaintance, I'm busy staking our claim over the exclusion zone, so if you'll excuse me. The exclusion zone. The Order has decided to keep us out thanks to some nebulous prediction of disaster. Screw their predictions. We have people, displaced by war and disaster, in sore need of space. There's plenty of room to house them. Chance of life-threatening peril from a yet-to-be-determined catastrophe were the administrant's words. Not what I would call specific. I honestly don't give the slightest whit about the Order's idea of math or whatever calculation tells them that a catastrophe may or may not occur. I couldn't get anywhere with Administrant Agarwal, but you, maybe you'll have better luck. I got a pretty fancy gun I was issued back when I was a rising star at Auntie's. Side with us, and it's yours. Even throw in a healthy amount of bits for your troubles. Even the Order, for all of their logical ways, value an outside perspective. And because I've run out of options. Thanks, stranger. Maybe fate's on our side for a change. You can find Agarwal in the lift building, probably formulating another equation to get on my nerves.
Alors, entreprise d'aujourd'hui et de demain interdite. La voix des déplacés vous a demandé de faire la médiation entre elle et l'administratrice Agarwal et de parler au nom de son peuple.
Margin of error, then our situation will improve in time.
Stop me with the predictions.
What is it? I have 15 seconds of allotted time for non-specific discourse, so choose your words with expediency. Oh, don't tell me. You're here on behalf of the voice of the displaced, aren't you? Mathematical predictions always keep us one step ahead. My latest augury noted that a stranger would come bearing an inconvenient message. This is about the exclusion zone, correct? Or that it only that simple, but she ignores essential variables of the equation. You see, the seer predicted that a calamity would befall the exclusion zone, warning that the barrier must not be crossed. But the ever-disruptive voice of the displaced is dead set on occupying the exclusion zone anyway, laughing in the face of certain peril. Tell me, which of us has the title of administrant before their name? The responsibility is mine, as are the consequences. The seer has augured death for anyone who enters the exclusion zone. Yes, you heard me right. Death. Furthermore, and I quote, an outside mediator, having earned the confidence of both sides, has a high likelihood of clearing up an ongoing dispute. And now the voice has involved you. How auspicious. Perhaps you are the outside mediator who was foretold. The first step is to familiarize yourself with every angle of the dispute. Talk to the people of Matriarch's Mercy. The displaced want the exclusion zone. We want it kept off limits. We can't both be right. With your seasoned perspective, perhaps the voice of the displaced will learn to listen. Any questions before you get started? I can tell you she's a rabble-rouser of the highest order. Still, she cleaves to her principles. That's something. You can find her outside, among her people, stubbornly defying an order barricade. But you already knew that. Novice Seer Vicarage should have ample time to illuminate you on the Order's forecast modeling methods. He's just down the room from here. According to predictions, yes. Or at least, my interpretation of them. I am reasonably certain. More than usual, in fact. Many people around camp support or object to our methods. Speak to them. Form your own opinion. And when you are ready, we will decide the fate of the exclusion zone.
Il va nous alors parler aux habitants. Selon un médecin local, l'ordre fournit suffisamment de médicaments pour soigner tous les malades. Cependant, tant que la zone restera surpeuplée, les maladies continueront à proliférer. Et... ce qui est sûr, c'est que j'ai encore gagné des points. On va pouvoir... Il y avait un truc en plus du brouillage, il y avait le niveau 8 et il y avait ça en plus pour le petit robot. Alors non, c'était anatomiste d'Automeka. Alors c'est un peu con je trouve parce que finalement soit on est niveau 8, soit il faut avoir anatomiste d'Automeka, sauf que pour débloquer anatomiste d'Automeka, il faut avoir l'avantage. Mais l'avantage se débloque au niveau du niveau 10. Donc c'est un niveau de stupidité qui est... Enfin je... Complètement con, hein. Bien, on va en profiter pour continuer Médecin avec frontière, vu qu'on a un niveau de persuasion, enfin de piratage qui est de 8, on devrait pouvoir aller chercher l'automéca médecin qu'on avait rencontré à la fin de l'épisode précédent. Ça, ce sera fait. Bon, il nous saoule. Alors, voilà. On initialise le système de navigation.
Processing optimal path toward Matriarch's mercy. Return sequence will be initiated once path is determined. Clarification of purpose confirmed. This unit will arrive at its destination with 0.02% higher efficiency. Thank you, qualified engineer.
Tadam. Retournez voir le docteur. Donc là, on va avoir récupéré les 3 types.
We can predict the future. Control reality.
Mais il est déjà là.
When I asked the seer for medical specialists, a plumber was not what I had in mind. Trust in the Order to think outside of the box. Take this. On behalf of the Order and the displaced, I thank you. Now, will there be anything else?
On aurait pu sauter un peu plus de joie. Hein. Donc ça met fin à la mission. On va repartir sur l'entreprise d'aujourd'hui.
Thanks to you, our auto-mechanical doctor has been dispensing medication and setting broken limbs with tireless efficiency. A little token of my appreciation for a job well done. Now, will there be anything else? From a medical standpoint, the taxidermist doctor was an unconventional choice. But I can't deny the results. Here, you've earned it.
Ah, il faut que je lui reparle à chaque fois de chaque truc, c'est...
Will there be anything else?
Attends, j'ai besoin de son...
How can I be of service? My supplies are running low, but then again, so are my bits. Very well. Suppose I can't help anyone if I'm poor.
Ok. On sait qu'il me dirait des choses, lui.
$1,068.5 pardons, but my attention is presently 99.81% occupied, coordinating provisions and supplies for the displaced. I have 0 allotted time for random queries, at present or in the foreseeable future. But very well. As the assigned provisioner, I am responsible for coordinating the requisition and distribution of comestibles, medicinals, and miscellaneous vital supplies. The overwhelming majority of my time is dedicated to this, leaving only moments to see to the Order's needs in the settlement. But it is an effort I undertake with great relish. You may not have noticed, but the refugees do not want for food or medicine. With the great disruption that has occurred to their lives, one can hardly blame them. That they are fed and remain healthy is sufficient for me. If it was a duly appointed Order official acting to assist me in distributing supplies to the displaced, yes. If that someone is you, no. The Order of the Ascendant is dedicated to the ascension of humanity. Our ultimate goal may not be reached in our lifetime. If I can help others in need today, I shall do so to the utmost extent of my abilities and resources. Appreciate you respecting my time.
Ok.
Oh, a visitor. Hello. You weren't mentioned in my latest personalized order projection. I mean, prediction. Granted, I mostly skim the parts what don't cover probabilistic dangers, so perhaps you were alluded to in some, roundabout fashion. Suppose that means you're not a threat. So that's good, right? Yeah, I reckon that's good. I'll say, I try not to make any big plans until I consult my latest POP. First time I got a POP, it was on a lark. It said, Rollo Nast, our seer has predicted you must wear a helmet today. I borrowed one, as a laugh. Everybody ribbed me about it. Just after lunch, wind picked up on the cliff above and dropped a mock apple 152 meters straight down onto my head. Fortunately, I still had that brain case on. Sure, but I've had 9 POPs so far, and at least 3 times something similar happened. Avoided drowning in a culvert, sidestepped my mantisaur allergy. Forget the other. Things like that just illustrate the fragile nature of human existence, especially here in Golden Ridge. My co-occupant Ike had a POP done, had told him avoid liquids for 48 hours. He ignored it. Later got drunk, passed out, drowned face first in a puddle of water. You did catch the part I said they saved my life, right? I think alive is a notable improvement on dead. That's something you can take to the bank, Figuratively speaking. I don't know why the other displaced have been so slow to take to them. But I'm not complaining too loud. Waited for my latest POPs long enough already.
The grand plan is the predetermined order to the entire universe. We can predict it down to a decimal point. Every scientician yearns to visit the archive on Cloister. The meaning of life is numeric. What caused the schism between the paradigm? Ruth Bassar is the first among the Protectorate have only been told Ruth Bassar is the first among equal by calculating.
Bon, on avait déjà un peu discuté avec elle.
We can predict the future. Control reality.
Et du causer encore.
Watch yourself if you intend to nose around that collapsed ramshackle. I swear, refugee settlements aren't what they used to be. Oh yeah, Duarte. He's former antis like me. He was underneath for a few hours. Or, no, that was before. This time it was Rollo Nast? No. Gert Valkenburg. Happens a lot. People here need more room to breathe. Can't build in the walkways, can't set up in the exclusion zone. So they build up. Best they can, at least. Don't have proper building material or nothing. They just make do. After a while, the stacked up little huts they jury-rigged come tumbling down. Oh, you put that together, did you? Here, I thought I was being subtle. Yeah, people keep at it. What else choice they have? Order won't listen. Maybe if we interspersed our requests with numbers, they'd pay attention. Seems like all they care about sometimes. They're doing something, which is better than nothing, but not by much.
Liste s'allonge.
Where do we go now? Another refugee camp? Another colony?
I predict, with an 8.23 margin of error, that our situation...
Broke my nose last scrap.
Word to wise, don't accept anything here that's given for free. You'll pay, one way or another.
Greetings. What can I help you with? Let me guess. One of your co-occupants is always hanging up his or her britches in your corner of the yurt. Am I right? Or you're dealing with more of a stay off my palate or that's my air you're breathing sort of thing. Hmm? Pray elucidate the exact nature of your tiff of contention. Oh, you don't know already? Allow me to explain what we have on offer. Here in Matriarch's Mercy, if you're not a member of the Order, you're probably living close to somebody else. In some cases, sleeping on top of them. Sort of thing tends to cause friction between neighbors. Would lead to fights, but nobody here wants trouble with the Order. So they hire our hooligans to battle by proxy. Half the time, people shy away at the first sight of blood. The other, that's what they're there for. We say whoever wins the fight wins the argument. But frankly, it's never anything of consequence, like, okay, hurrah! This guy gets back his mangy button. Now, how can I help you exactly? Ugh, a tourist. Well, clear out then, huh? Can't have you scaring off real customers. I got a bunch of yeggs, 2 pugilists, and a cicanid to feed.
Ok. Parler aux habitants, donc ça c'est on les a fait. Résolvez le désaccord, vous avez suffisamment enquêté sur les préoccupations locales pour résoudre le conflit. Cherchez la voie des déplacés, commencez la médiation.
Look, your nose was just a stand-in for Guardian. What happened to this place?
Oh. Administrant Agrawal. Here to finally hash this out, are you? Thought this day would never come.
Yes, well, our esteemed outsider here has agreed to thoroughly appraise our situation, in the hope that we may finally close the book on the exclusion zone once and for all.
They say you asked around. Listen to folks. That's a good start, at least.
Speaking as a representative of the Order, we will abide by the Mediator's decision if you do the same.
Agreed.
Mediator, I leave the fate of the exclusion zone in your capable hands. Speak on then.
You actually got the Provisioner to give you the time of day. Huh.
Ah, yes. I sometimes forget Provisioner Plotnick is also assigned to minding the displaced's needs. Her role is largely proactive, while mine is reactive.
Fair enough. The Order does keep us refugees fed and plenty, medicated. To give credit, as I do with blame, where it's due. Did he also happen to mention they were needlessly oblique and vague?
Quite right. Rollo's co-occupant might have also supported our warnings, had he heeded them.
I don't know. You ask me, when it comes to these Order predictions, there's a lot of room between a probable and definite outcome. You mean that missionary type who's always talking at everybody instead of to them?
A bit rude, don't you think? But since this mediation was foretold, I will not dispute your findings.
I'm all ears, Mediator.
The what now?
When grievances between the displaced approach fisticuffs, we hire sub-rosa hooligans to duke things out for us.
That is unquantifiably absurd. And I don't see how moving into the exclusion zone will help. Unproductive is one thing. Paid Donnybrooks with surrogate fighters is... well, I'm at a loss for an applicative metaphor to describe it. I understand you were crucial in securing additional medical personnel for Matriarch's
Ouais, on a bien
Mercy.
bossé, hein.
Thank you.
Yeah, much appreciated. Way to go above and beyond. Anyhow, what was the good doctor's diagnosis? At Auntie's Choice, we'd view this from a lens of how sickness undercuts productivity.
That is indeed unfortunate, but the dangers predicted for the exclusion zone may outweigh these concerns. Collapsed. But we built Matriarch's Mercy to optimize comfort and safety.
I'm guessing you're saying this wasn't an official structure, more of a hastily assembled, precariously built shanty. People are struggling to make do with what they have. If we had the exclusion zone, this wouldn't be a problem.
I'm aghast these structures weren't built following established order construction guidelines. By my calculations, you've explored this topic from every conceivable angle. Admirable work, Mediator. I suspect that your sympathies lie with the displaced. Unfortunate if true, but I leave the decision in your capable hands.
Alors, je tranche en faveur des déplacés, les besoins l'emportent sur le danger. Je tranche en faveur de l'ordre, prédise une catastrophe et je ne prendrai pas le risque de mettre en danger la vie des déplacés. C'est compliqué, hein. C'est pas moi de décider. C'est ridicule. Donc là, je le sens pas avec l'histoire du vaisseau qui a été dirigé vers la ville.
Shit. Very well, administrant. You win. I'll honor the terms of the mediation. Let's hope your math was right.
Have faith. Or, if not faith, reason. We can still work together to improve conditions around Matriarch's Mercy. Your reward, Mediator, with my thanks. I now consider the matter decisively closed.
J'espère que l'histoire nous donnera raison. Mais bon, faut qu'on avance, on a d'autres choses à faire. Alors, on se retrouve pas très loin, on a découvert notre méca médecin, juste là. Et au bout, là. Là, on va faire une nouvelle rencontre. Vieil homme mystérieux.
Damn this dust! Stay back! Oh, wait. You aren't one of those damn scrappers. Apologies, stranger. These eyes don't see as well as they used to. Perhaps it was fate you met me here. A capable sort like you is akin to an oasis in a hellish wasteland. So might you be willing to help an old, injured man with a simple task? I was injured attempting to scale that cliff face to the estate. Wouldn't do to have a fresh wound out in the open, where anything might happen upon me. So I hunkered down here. See, I came here to salvage my, memoir manuscripts. I left some files behind when I fled the estate after the war broke out. Tragic, yes, but what else was an old man to do? If you're keen to help, one file's in a locker in the tram station. The other's in the mansion, in the late vigilance quarters. Simple to collect, once you get past the scrappers. Why? Because she was an avid reader, enamored with the tales of the brave and the brilliant. I was a close advisor, see? And once she learned of my writings, she couldn't resist taking an exclusive first look. Bless her. Oh, bless your kindly nature. Do return promptly should you happen upon those, scribblings of mine.
Missive. Missive des temps jadis. Un vieil homme solitaire vous a demandé de l'aider à récupérer des parties de son manuscrit dans le domaine du gardien. Cependant, une bande de hors-la-loi s'emparer du complexe. Vous aurez donc sans doute du mal à vous y introduire sans combattre. Non.
Silly old fool coming here without aid. Be lucky to leave here alive.
Take care not to slip. A fall from that height wouldn't be pretty.
C'est clair, on va faire attention à pas se péter la gueule. Il y a du monde, moi je dis faut la jouer. Si je m'enfonce dans la base et qu'ils se mettent tous à me tirer dessus, devant, derrière, sur les côtés, on survivra pas.
Get rid of these fools so we can enjoy the view. Je pense qu'à ce stade, on nous en voudra pas si on vole des trucs. Hein. Elle va avoir tiré dessus. Hésitez un petit peu. Ah dis donc, et on vise bien. Hein. On vise bien. Alors par rapport à la carte, on continue. Il balance des grenades. Là. Ah, le bâtard.
Finir par crever avec l'électricité. Voilà.
Happy to help. Discreetly. To the rescue. Sight unseen.
On continue de grimper.
This encampment does not meet Earth Directorate standards of habitability and sanitation.
Looks like a fight.
Efficace, hein. Ouais. J'arrivais pas bien à voir où elle était la grenade, mais une fois qu'elle a pété, j'ai eu confirmation, c'était sur ma position. Bon, on bouge. Hein. Merde. Qu'est-ce qui s'est passé bordel pour que... On meurt tous. Non mais même en crevant le mec, il nous balance sa putain de grenade quoi. Détestable. Hein. Alors... Il y a quoi? Il y a un tas de cendres quelque part là. Bon, c'est pas grave, on va pas se... la tête avec ça. Ok. Ah, c'est joli le coin.
This unit will provide public transportation analyzing authenticity. All but one panel of this mural is a reproduction. For preservation purposes, relocating it to the incognito storage may be advisable.
La quête du pentaptyque partie. Morceau de fresque. Rigolo. Ah, récupérer document, on est le premier. Hein. Parce qu'à la base, on est venu pour ça. Hein. Et c'était connecté avec la gare, mais... elle m'a un petit peu cassé. On va en profiter pour acheter des trucs parce que... moi j'aime bien les balles. cartes à collectionner. Pas le coup des bonus. Pas besoin d'en avoir 15 000. On en a une. 1%, c'est acquis. Il y a pris un truc sur le coin de la tranche. À mon avis, je peux passer par là, mais on va quand même regarder que la porte d'entrée donne sur quelque chose ou non. Ouais, ça s'ouvre. Ah.
Engaging aesthetics appreciation protocol. What a lascivious domicile and or indoor space.
This window. Don't like it. These strangers. Should rip them out, shatter them, transfer them with ourselves.
Yes. Yes! Grabbing a order class scrawler next outing.
Recon.
All charged up.
Tranquille, lui, hein.
Looking a little woozy there, Commander.
I look like I can do that now.
Emergency protocol syringes primed.
I don't see him. You want trouble now, come out.
Let's get you healed.
Someone call for a medic. Look alive, Commander.
Il est tout seul, hein, donc il est moins dangereux. Hein.
Initiating celebratory remark. Huzzah.
C'était Edouard et Moreton.
There is a strange sort of humor in the onset of the first war in our
Et c'est le deuxième.
within a few days of my being assigned here. As far from protectorate society as possible, Golden Ridge suffers under an invading force. And moreover, it appears that our Order colleagues have betrayed us. At first, I lamented my isolation, but I've realized I was where I needed to be of service. The scores of abandoned subjects need a leader. I have enlisted the staff of these estates to help accept the first influx of still loyal protectorate refugees. More shall come. I shall lead them out of the shadows and into the light for the good of the Protectorate. This is my calling.
J'ai envie d'ouvrir cette putain de porte. Hein. Merde. Alors je sais pas si la clé que j'ai utilisée pour voir les deux ou... Projetage, quelle frustration. Et tout ce que j'ai fait, j'ai pas augmenté de... Pour me barricader. Bon bah... le deuxième. On va retourner voir notre ami. C'est pour choper une autre carte.
Ah, you've returned in one piece. Did you perchance acquire those precious items we spoke about? Oh, don't you worry about that. Come now, hand them over. Ah, yes. Beautiful, beautiful. My handlers will be mighty pleased with these indeed. Just a local logistical agent operating here on Sub Rosa's behalf. Undoubtedly you've heard of us. She sent me here to collect these files. They were meticulously kept by the vigilant who lived here before the war. Prominent woman, knew many folk, before a landmine dashed such hopes. You'd think they'd let an ailing codger be the keeper of the coffers? Ha! Now, this little old spider has to get his affairs in order. Here's something for your troubles. Farewell. Before I forget, stop by Agent Kobor in Matriarch's Mercy if you ain't already. Helping me should be enough to get you past her lackey. Now get! Now to patch myself up and return home. Come on, Spider. Gather your energy.
Bien, mission accomplie. Eh bien, on va s'arrêter là et puis on continuera lors du prochain épisode notre visite de Golden Ridge.